Good afternoon, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you're doing? And welcome to another episode of the match preview. This time it's between Grimsby and Manchester United in the League Cup, EFL Cup, Carabao Cup, however you want to call it, guys. Second round. The first time Manchester United have been in the second round of the League Cup since Louis van Gaal days. And we all remember what that was. It was a 4-0 defeat to MK Dons. Remember that, isn't it? At the end of the day, it wasn't very great. It's been a while since we've been in the League Cup second round. Obviously, that's not a good thing. It means we're not in Europe. So, look, you know what? We might as well dwell in it. It's an experience, and we move, guys, and we move. And it's all about, Man United getting through to the next round. I do believe these games are important. I do believe because regardless of the importance of the trophy, a trophy builds momentum, it builds confidence, it builds morale within the team. And I think this is something that Man United need now. So we're playing Grimsby tomorrow, guys. But before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. Smash a like on the video if you guys can do that for me. It'd be absolutely fantastic. We're playing Grimsby tomorrow. And if we go out there and we get a good win against Grimsby, get a few goals in the bag, all it can do is basically build confidence and we can go on from there, of course, guys. So, you know what? Hopefully we do. Hopefully we get 3 or 4 goals. Sesko bags a brace. It will be great. And then we can go into the weekend's game against Burnley on fire. And then before you know it, we've won 2 games in a row. And then everything looks a little bit more prettier going into the Manchester City game and the Chelsea game, respectively. But what I would say is that it's very important that we approach this game in regards to respect for Grimsby. Don't underestimate them. This is their World Cup final. This is their final, guys. So we got to understand that. And they're going to go in this game trying to do an upset, trying to make an upset, guys. So I would say we got to be on it from minute 1 against Grimsby. And you know what? We have to try and not nullify them, so to speak, but get an early goal and put this game to bed early. If we mess around, I read somewhere about our conversion rate. We've got a 3% conversion rate or something like that in regards to chances created and goals scored. Liverpool got 29%. This goes to show you, isn't it, at the end of the day? And if we miss chances tomorrow, you know what? We're going to leave ourselves in a little bit of trouble. So we got to make sure that we bury this game and we end this game early, guys. I cannot underestimate how important it is for the likes of Sesko to get off the mark. I know what it's like as a striker, when you haven't scored. He hasn't been given a fair opportunity, a fair crack of the whip, but I really do expect him to play tomorrow. I expect him to start tomorrow. I think it's important that he starts. A couple of other players as well. I expect to get some minutes in the game. Of course, I expect a different lineup tomorrow. Not a completely different lineup, but some players different lineup. I expect Xerxes to play. I expect Mainu to play. I expect Aiden Heaven to play. I expect these players to play. I do. I'm a little bit conflicted in regards to the right wing back position. I was looking at Mantato. Could he play? I'm not sure whether he's gonna play Mantato. I don't think he'll play too many youngsters. I think Fredrickson will get an opportunity. I think someone like that might come in, get a little bit of experience, and I think that Bayinde will stay in goal. I think Bayinde will stay in goal. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens, though, in regards to the team selection. But it is an exciting game for me because, you know what, at the end of the day, it's a game that we're expected to win. There'll be a little bit less pressure, but we also have to show a little bit of appreciation and respect for Grimsby. We haven't played Grimsby, I think, since 1943 is the last time we played Grimsby, which ended in a draw. So, what I would say is that, Grimsby Town are gonna be out there to do something unique for themselves, create a little bit of history for themselves, and never played Man United for basically ever. So 1940 is a long, long time ago, isn't it, at the end of the day? So, look, I hope Man United go into this game, win the game, get a bit of confidence, get a bit of morale, and then we move on from there and we just crack on with obviously the Burnley game at the weekend, guys. And we need to catch up some points, of course, guys, in the league with 1 point after 2 games. Not the end of the world. We can make it up, guys. It's still only 2 games of the season. Now, guys, a lot is happening today. A lot of news coming out in regards to Manchester United, guys. Manchester United look set to make some money back. 2 transfers could be out the door. Anthony, Rasmus could be out the door. There could be a transfer fund boost for Manchester United as we look to sign some players this window. Man United could quite possibly bring some money in, getting rid of a couple of players off our book, not least Rasmus and not least Garnacho. Obviously, Chelsea made a sale today, of course, guys, selling their player to Dortmund. And they made about 25 million from that transfer alone. A player that doesn't even play are making 25 million. Do you know what I mean? And from Dortmund. So I would expect a bid from Chelsea imminently in regards to Garnacho, and I fully expect Garnacho to go to Chelsea this summer. In regards to Garnacho, though, obviously he's fed into this and stuff like that, and he does want the move, and I think the personal deal for terms are already done. Exactly done, guys. Absolutely. In regards to Anthony may get his wish. Apparently, Manchester United are in discussions with Betis about a deal. It could be a loan with an obligation, obviously with a fee from Betis to Manchester United, which will be good for Manchester United going forward and will give us more money. And obviously, whoa. And wages taken off the book, guys, there. Absolutely. Guys, absolutely. Thank you, everyone who's joined me, though. I really appreciate that. So it is exciting time. We need to get a little bit enthusiastic, guys. It is a few days to the window. Anything can happen. Fingers crossed, guys, but we need to get a move on now because nothing seems to be happening in the way of transfers in at the moment. But if we can get some money in, you know what? That would be good. That would be great. Absolutely, guys. And big up everyone in the stream. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back, my friends. Of course, hope you're all doing blessed, my guy. And let me just say hello to the members and everything in the channel, guys. Thank you so much on the members. Really appreciate you. Timo, big up, Timo. Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you. I hope you're doing good, my friend. Good to see you again, my guy. Good to see you again. Jamie, big up, Jamie. How you doing? Transfer Boost, I'm confused. Why are we not buying a midfielder then? And have you seen that deal we have done with Betis for Anthony? That's pathetic. Look, at the end of the day, Betis are going to pay us a fee for Anthony. They're not going to pay the money. There's two things we can do. We can either keep Anthony and, you know what, have to pay him a wage his whole year, or we send him out on loan. I didn't want to send him out on loan. I felt like he needed to go permanently, but he doesn't want to go to anyone but Real Betis. It seems like he doesn't want anyone else but Real Betis. So what are Manchester United supposed to do, Jamie? You know, what can we do? At the end of the day, this is not Man United's. This is not Ineos's problem. This was obviously the ownership before. They gave him the contracts and stuff like that. He feels like he wants to go to Betis. No one else. It's ridiculous. I know, Jamie. But if we can make some kind of money from it, it's only going to benefit Man United with the little time that we have left in this window. And we need as much money as we can possibly muster if we want to get a midfielder in there, of course. Big up, Jamie. Natty, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Sal. Do you think the main players I'll change it? Good afternoon, Sal. Do you start the main? I play a few of them. Here's my lineup, guys. I play a few of those players, guys. My lineup is to your right, to my left, of course, guys. I play a few of them. I won't play all of them. I would start the likes of Xerxes. I think he should start. I think Cunha be rested for this game. I think I would rest him. I think he's been brilliant the last couple of games, but I would rest him. In regards to Mbeumo, I would start Mbeumo. I think Mbeumo needs a little bit of fitness. I think Mainu needs to start as well. Ugarte needs to start. I would play Ahmad. There was a little bit of a confusion with me. I was thinking, like, should I play Mantato? I was thinking, you know what? I don't think he's going to play Mantato. So I'm thinking, yeah, start again with Ahmad and Fredrickson and Aiden Heaven in that midfield, in that defense. I think Maguire will come in as well to get a little bit of match fitness, of course, guys. Bayende will continue, in my opinion. I don't think Onana will walk into the team. Onana is being linked with a move to West Ham United. Another one, guys. Look, you know, there is so much, guys, going on at Man United at the moment in regards to players in, players out, shake it all about. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. Absolutely. Natty, Sal, we have to start winning games, boost confidence. No shit, Sherlock. Absolutely. Natty says, Sal, I see Anthony deal is close. Is it true? Let's wait and see. I think it is. That Anthony deal dead is a joke. The club's been bent over. What can they do? Suggest some things. All they can do is keep him, Jamie. If Anthony doesn't want to go, Anthony's contractually obliged to stay at Man United. They have to honor that contract at the end of the day. So what do we do with Anthony? If no one wants to pay the money for him, at least we can make some money for him. At least we can take the wages off the books. Do you know what I mean? And if we can change the wages off the books, that will help with our FFP and our PSR. And obviously, if we want transfers in this window, we have to do it. We have to do it, and we have to get rid of the players that financially and business-wise, there's no point keeping. It is an obligation to buy it. Hopefully, there is some sort of stipulation, but the talks are ongoing. Man United might get a 10 to 15 million fee for Anthony. 10 to 15 million fee for Anthony just to go on loan with an obligation to buy it. So, you know, what I would say is that will be great for Man United. And you know what, that will go towards the transfer kitty, of course. Daryl, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope everything is blessed. Big up, Jacob. How you doing well? Good to see you, mate. Hope everything is blessed with you, my friend. Absolutely good to see you, of course. Live from Blundell Park. How you doing, my friend? Away to Grimsby Town. My prediction is 4-1 Grimsby. 4-1 to Grimsby Town. Are you crazy? Are you crazy, mate? 4-1 to Grimsby Town, mate. I am not, mate. Kenny's not even here. Copy and paste merchant. Chow. Even if Sal, what's your thoughts on Kobe who wants out of the mid United? Don't believe that, Chow. Don't believe that for 1 second. Don't believe what Mr. Crooks has been saying. He's just trying to cause division and manipulate the Man United fans. That's what he does. I believe that when I see it. Of course, Kobe's got a little bit concerned about his first team opportunities this season. He wants more football. He wants more time on the pitch. Of course he does. That's natural at the end of the day. But you know what? Don't feed into too much in what the media say and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, we don't know what's going on. And I don't want to plant seeds into something and create a little bit of a rift between Mainu and Ruben Amram, which they want at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, I feel like Mainu should be starting. I believe Mainu will start tomorrow. I'm pretty confident that Mainu will start tomorrow. And let's see what happens after that. Thank you so much, Jacob. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. And the legend, Hell Genius. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Long time no see. I hope to look forward to the Grimsby Town match because we'll see different players again, like Xerxes, Leon, and Mainu. I hope so as well. I hope you like my lineup, guys. That's the lineup I get. I mean, obviously, I'm not Mystic Meg. I'm not David Blaine. I don't know exactly what Ruben Amram's going to pick, but I get an inkling of what he's going to do a little bit, you know, what he should do in regards to the team that he should pick. He shouldn't be picking the main team. There should be players like Leon, like Aiden Heaven, who should be starting. Mainu, Ugarte, who should be starting this game. Of course, it is Grimsby Town. And my prediction for this game is 4-0 to Manchester United, guys. Not 4-1 to Grimsby. I don't know what you got. 4-0 to Manchester United. That's my prediction tomorrow, guys. I think Man United will run riot tomorrow and be 3-0 up after half an hour. Remember these words, guys. 3-0 up after half an hour. Absolutely, guys. Here we go. Get going. Still here. No, here we go. Big up, mate. It will come. Don't worry about that. Daniel, what's going on? Daryl, sorry, I got a thing on my screen. Yes, Sal, how's it going, bro? We need to start a strong lineup. Sesko needs to start absolutely. First game with Garte and Menu need to start as well. I agree. You're exactly like me, Daryl. Look at my lineup. Exactly the same. Maybe we have one or two differences, but there you go, guys. I think most of us have the same feelings about this game. I think most of us have the same energy about this game in regards to the players that we should start, the players that should be on the bench. Ugarte and Mainu need to start, absolutely. And that is probably our best midfield, by the way. That's probably our most best midfield. That is my best, that's my favourite midfield, Ugarte and Mainu. It's more balance in there. Don't be surprised, guys, if Man United run riot tomorrow. The one thing I do not want to see is Bruno in the team. Bruno needs a rest. Put Bruno on the bench. Give Bruno a rest. That's one thing I want to see is a rest for Bruno, and then we go from there. Absolutely. Big up, Kenny. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing blessed. Good to see you. Sesko needs to start. I agree with you, Kenny. Absolutely, 100% Sesko needs to start. I agree with that, mate. And good morning, Rafiq. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. Mainu, Sal, and Bruno second half. I kind of agree with that, Rafiq. I would like to see Mainu. I would like to see Ugarte as well in that midfield because I do believe that, I saw it in the preseason and I felt it did well. I want to see it now against a team like Grimsby. It's going to be a competitive game, guys. You know, this team, Grimsby, they're going to be up for it, guys, right? They're going to be up for it. They're going to be fighting for every single ball. So we need to be up for it. I think this is a great opportunity for the Man United players like Sesko, like Mbumo, and players like that who can really get into a physical game and stuff like that and get into the swing of things. And hopefully we've got a few goals under the belt so we get a little bit of confidence for the game against Burnley on Saturday, guys. Absolutely. Helge, still a little bit concerned about the second part of the press conference of Amram where he said there will be cup games for other to play. Mainu is way too good for that. I hope Mainu excel. I hope so as well, man. Absolutely, I do. I mean, that is a little bit concerning, of course. Absolutely. Rafiq, perfect start lineup. Thank you so much, Rafiq. Really appreciate you, my friend. Welcome to Stretford Post, my guy. Yeah, look, it probably won't be that. There'll probably be one or two not the same as this, but it's kind of what we should be doing. Diego Leon needs to play. I want to see Diego Leon. I would love to see Diego Leon. I think Diego Leon needs an opportunity as well. I really rate this player. I thought he'd done very well in the preseason as well. I think that would be good to have him there as well. Ahmad needs as much practice as he can get as a right winger. I'm sure he will come good there doing this season. Look forward for the Sesko start. Hope for Elge. Absolutely. Seek Bruno, put Mainu in his place. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Helge, I think Onana will start tomorrow. Can't wait to see his face. Have missed him so much in the Borat voice. He's not going to start tomorrow. I've got a feeling that there's a little bit of a rift going on between Onana and Ruben Amram. I don't think Onana will start tomorrow. But although stranger things have happened, guys. Stranger things have happened. Guys, absolutely. Jacob, stop spamming the channel, my friend. Stop spamming the channel. Big up, everyone. Afternoon, Sal. Hope you're good, mate. Good, Paul. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you, of course. Hope you're doing blessed, my guy. I hope everything is blessed with you. Good to see you, my guy, of course. Wafi, sorry, means sell Bruno and put Mainu in his place. That boy will United star soon. Just let him play and prove it. I agree, Rafiq. I mean, we were talking about this morning about Mainu and about Bruno. I think we need to look ahead. We need to look at the future, bro. You know, we need to look at the future. We need to look at what's ahead, not what's in the past. And Mainu's one of them players that we need to look ahead with. He's our only real number 8. He's a proper number 8. Bruno's not a number 8, and this is what we were debating this morning. We're saying that he's not a number 8, and you know what? Bruno shouldn't be playing a number 8, and he shouldn't be shoehorned into positions. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, but big up, Rafi, my friend. Big up. Big up, everyone. Big up, Ellen. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Big up. I'm driving, so just listening on time this time. Big up, Ellen. Good to see you. Anyway, whatever way. Thank you so much for joining me today, my friend. Absolutely. Wafiq, hope all the young players start tomorrow and see how the game goes, because if our upcoming, so they need more game time. I agree. We need to give some of these players time. We need to give some of these players game time. We need to give them some experience. And this is the perfect opportunity to give them experience. You know, go into that Grimsby game, smash a few goals in, have a great performance. And then, you know what? Great. Bit of experience for those players. I do have a feeling that Ruben Amorim is a little bit careful, a little bit cautious. So I don't think he's going to be as giddy as me in regards to playing the youngsters like I have on this lineup. I don't think he will do that. But I hope he does. I hope we see the likes of Fredrickson. We see the likes of Aiden Heaven. We see, obviously, Diego Leon. And we see players in that team, you know, like Ugarte and Mainu getting fit as well, because they need match time. Anana will start tomorrow. I don't know, mate. I think he's transfer listed, mate. I think he's not gonna play. Sal, how have you neglected the midfield yet again? For that sake, I don't understand why we never rebuild the midfield, which is the engine of the team. Fergie 71. Look, you know what? I agree with you 100%, wholeheartedly. I agree with you. It's Fergie 71. But what we have to understand is wait. Let's wait and see what happens by Sunday. Sunday is the deadline day, basically, isn't it? It's the deadline day. I mean, rarely does the deadline day come on a Sunday, but it is over on Monday, isn't it? I'm not sure what time it's over on Monday. I'm not sure, but yeah, the deadline day will be coming, guys. So I'll give them till that. I'll at least give them to that time. And then when the deadline day comes, if we haven't signed a midfielder, then we can go absolute ham on those guys, absolutely, and go in on them. You know, but I do believe that something is boiling, something is brewing at the moment. And I think that we will get our wish. I hope so anyway. Good afternoon, Tybog. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, of course. Helge, we can ask Steve about the lineup. He probably knows already, mate. Should we call Steve? Steve knows the lineup already. Those who don't know, Steve is a guy who does the watch-alongs, right? And he gets the goals literally before anyone. I'm telling you right now, he gets the goals before the actual game gets the goals. He gets it before, and it's weird. I don't know how he does it. I've tried my best, guys. I can't catch up with that guy. Kenny, my only message to Amram, please win games. Big up, Kenny. I'm sure he wants to win games, of course. Hello, slice of bread. Big up, Tybook. I mean, you know, I was watching a program. They said, "Oh, what do we name our baby today?" Well, I want to name our baby something. What's a really nice name? And they said Sunday. I said, you know what? You know, if all right, then I'm going to name my next child Saturday afternoon 3 p.m. kickoff. Should I name my child that Saturday afternoon 3 p.m. kickoff, Old Trafford? That's a good name. I think that's a very nice name. Absolutely. Big up, Chow. Absolutely good to see you. Big up, Tybob, mate. Jacob. Big up, Jacob. Big up, Jacob. Yeah. Knowing me, knowing you. This is not knowing me, knowing you, guys. Come on, guys. Jacob's just spamming the channel, guys. Big up, praying for Mainu man of the match performance so that he has taken Bruno's game. The day Bruno gets job, Amram raises in respect for me. I mean, I agree with that, Ken. I agree with that, Held. Wholeheartedly, I agree with that, mate. Spot on. The day he drops Bruno, and then every single doubt that's going to go about Ruben Amorim is going to be like, at least he dropped him. You know what I mean? I don't want to see him playing tomorrow. I don't think it's necessary to play Bruno tomorrow. What is the worth of playing Bruno tomorrow? What are we going to learn from playing Bruno tomorrow? I don't really get it. I don't think we should be playing Bruno tomorrow. Absolutely not. Jamie, Sal, what you said about Amram makes perfect sense, my friend. Thanks for explaining to it, bro. Big up, Jamie. It's good to see you back, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Jamie, look, one thing about it, I mean, we're together at the end of the day. We've got to fight together. We're Man United fans, and we've got to get it going, guys. We really need to get it going, and hopefully we win tomorrow. Daryl, I reckon it'd be 5 or 6-0 boost there. 5 or 6-0 boost there. Confidence, hopefully a hat-trick for Sesko. Please, football gods, come on, Daryl, please. We deserve nice things, don't we, Daryl? We deserve nice things, and it'll be nice for us to get a nice big win tomorrow, wouldn't it, at the end of the day? It'll be lovely. It'd be lovely. Frank J, what's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. The game against Grimsby has to be a must-win. Amram cannot fail in this game. It's time for him to start winning games. I agree, Frank J. Guys, look, we might have a late one. It might be extra time and penalties. You know it's not going to a replay. You know it's going to extra time and penalties if it's a draw. I mean, knowing Man United these days, it probably goes to extra time and penalties. My goodness me. But God help us. But what I would say is that, yeah, come on. Man United will win the game. Don't worry about it. We'll win it in 90 minutes. Hopefully, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. Demand 10-0. Come on, Jamie. Come on, Jamie. Yes, mate. Big up, Wafiq. Yes, mate. That's why I say all the young players and the new players to all to start, take it from there. Absolutely, Rafiq. Agree with that. Spot on, guy. My guy. Absolutely. 12-0. Never going to happen. If it's 12-0, I shave off my eyebrows just for you, my friend, and my hair. Everything above that. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do it, guys, live. I'll do all gone, guys. All gone. Absolutely. Stephen, Ineos and Glazers out all day long, my friend. Big up, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Absolutely. Helge, imagine our future with the core business, Lament, Euro, Delict, Mainu, Mbumo, Cunha, Sesko. Those be the core to build our team around. Mainu should always start, in my opinion. I agree with you, Helge. I think we should build in our team around Mainu. I can't understand the negativity that surrounds Kobe Mainu. Some people giving up already on him, which is crazy at the end of the day, because we saw his capabilities in his first season, the fact that he went to the Euros of England, contributed to England getting to the Euros final. Do you know what I mean? It was only because of a poor manager like Gareth Southgate. Otherwise, England would have won that final, in my opinion, if we had a decent manager. Big up, Aaron. What's going on, my friend? Let's go, Grimsby. There you go, Aaron. How you doing, Aaron? Hope you're doing well. Listen, Aaron, I'm from Leighton in East London originally. I'm from Leighton in East London. I know all about League One, League Two football. My back garden was Leighton Orient. So I know all about that. I know all about Grimsby Town. Great fan base. Great history. We haven't played Manchester United, haven't played Grimsby Town since 1943, and that was a draw. It's been a while. It's been a minute. But, guys, enjoy it. Enjoy it, mate. It's your opportunity, you know, helping for a competitive game. Big up yourself. Big up, RJ. How you doing, my friend? Blessings to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Hope everything is good with you. This midfield ain't it. There you go. It's subjective, mate, at the end of the day. It's not a gospel. Big up Aaron RJ, big up. Jacob, what is this? The big up show. Jacob, one more. Casemiro needs to go. I agree. 35 minutes for Garnacho is taking a piss. I agree with you 100%. Especially the fact that Chelsea have just made 25 million for their player. Not going to pronounce his name. In regards to the player that's gone to Dortmund, of course. Frank J, when I watch Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal games, their players seem to be superior in quality to ours. Why is that happening? Don't we know how to sign the right players? They're the right players, Frank. They're the right players. Who were the standout players last season? Mbumo, Cunha. Mbumo scored 20 goals. Cunha scored 15. It's nothing to do with the player's ability. It's Manchester United. Manchester United are a burial ground for talent. No matter who we bring into this team, no matter who it is, they will be a burial ground. This is why we have to change the culture at this football club. Mbumo and Cunha were the standout players last season. We were all excited to sign Mbumo and Cunha. These are Premier League experienced players. It's nothing to do with them. You know, and I would say that they're brilliant players. If Mbumo and Cunha played for Man City or they played for Arsenal, they'd be cooking. They'd be cooking right now, you know? Absolutely, Frank J. Rafiq, but if I don't work, he can just bring on our players if they are youngsters, can't keep up, but we have to try different things to learn from our players. Jacob, all this hello, hi is spamming, mate. It makes me feel like you're someone else trying to fish for subscribers, my friend. I thought Joe Linton was 6.3. He's 6'1". Joe Linton, that's a random one. Absolutely. Tyborg, my son is called Alex after you know who. Alex Stepney. Alex Ferguson, I get you. Big up, Tyborg. And big up Alex, your son, my friend. Big up. Is he a Man United fan, Tyborg? I'm sure he is. Nice name, Alex. Martins, what's going on? Asador, why not Tom Heaton for goalkeeper? He's good goalkeeper too. Have saved us from previous preseasons so far. Saved us, I'm not too sure about that. He's pretty poor in his first game. What I would say is that, nah. I think we need to give Binder more game time. The one thing that we've been missing is a goalkeeper that has had consistent amount of games, and Binder hasn't had a consistent amount of games. And we're not going to get Senny Lamens in for the Burnley game, so I would play Binder and get him more confidence and get him more experience. That's what I would do, because he needs it. Because the one thing, this is why I don't blame Binder so much in regards to the mistake against Arsenal, because he hasn't had a consistent run of games. And we need to give a keeper. The most important position on the pitch in which you need consistency is the goalkeeper, in my opinion, Martins. But big up, Martins. Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you. Hope you're well, of course. There you go, mate. Time out for Jacob. Too much, mate. Spamming. Hi, Sano. Big up, Bobby. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Big up yourself. Guys, yeah, don't do that on this channel, guys. Don't do this. Hello to everyone, because, yeah, I've been there before. I recognize the game. I'm in the game, guys. I recognize the game. I know what people do. So, guys, yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Look, you know what? What do you think of my lineup? Would you change anything in regards to that lineup? What would you do in regards to that lineup, guys? Would you change anything? That is it, guys. Absolutely. So let's wait and see. Let me know what you think about the lineup, and we go from there, of course, guys. Look, all I'm looking for is getting to the next round of the League Cup. Look, you never know. We might win the League Cup this season. We might do. We might win it this season. We might win the FA Cup this season. And as we know with Eric Ten Hag, it can be a base to create something. But you know what? It's not the be all and end all. Big up, Coco. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you, my friend. Really good to see you. I hope you're doing blessed, my guy. Of course. Really good to see you, of course. Daryl, brilliant lineup, mate. Now, what's we should start with? Brilliant lineup, that, mate. No, that's what we should start 100%. Thank you so much, Daryl. Really appreciate that, mate. I really would like to see that. I'm a big fan of Fredrickson. I don't know about you, Daryl. I'm looking forward to Fredrickson. I think he's a good player. I think he's going to be a star. I would like to see more of him. Aiden Heaven as well, like to see more of him. Diego Leon would like to see more of him as well. Absolutely. I was very close to playing Mantato, but I just think it's a little bit early for him at the moment. Big up the legend, the myth, the storyteller, the legend, guys, the musician, the guru, which is Grayo. That is an introduction, right, Grayo? That is a proper introduction, if there ever was one. Afternoon, Sal. Big, I hope you're well. Good to see you, man. Let's be honest. The biggest problem we have is Bruno. Absolutely agree with that, my friend. But if I speak, I will be in trouble, my guy. The sooner that he goes, the better. He's a bloody liability. Love you, Grayo. Very good comment, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Big up, my friend. I agree with that. I agree with that. I mean, it's going to hurt a lot of people. There is a player FC out there, of course. Nazreen, what's going on, my friend? Are we doing well? Good to see you. Do you think 4-3-3 will work better than the United's 3-4-3? No. We played it before under Eric Ten Hag. It doesn't work. If there was a formation that I would change, Nazreen, if there was a formation that I would choose, it would be the 4-2-3-1. Because obviously you can keep the two pivots in the midfield. You can just move Bruno, if we're going to play Bruno, into back to the number 10 to have 3 and 1. And that won't change the formation much. I don't think the formation. I think formations and tactics are overrated. It's the players in it. I think the biggest problem that Man United have at the moment is we're trying to shoehorn players into positions, at the end of the day. Sal, do you take up for 5 or winning a cup at this time? Sal, do you take top 5 or winning top 5, mate? I'm not interested too much in the League Cup. I'm not interested in that. I know it sounds a little bit snobby of me. I'm not like that. I appreciate the cups. But I think Man United finishing in the Champions League positions is far more important than that. I agree with Dowell here. 4-3-2-1, absolutely. Or 4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1 for me. But 4-3-2-1 is just as good. I asked Croc about Grimsby Town. They normally do a 4-4-2 or 4-3-3, and it's like an energetic, hard-working team, not that 5-3-2 team who is super defensive, but Russell Martin over a positive team. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, most teams in the League 1, League 2 play 4-3-3, 4-5-1, 4-4-2. They don't play too defensive. They're not really good at playing defensive and stuff. I like the Portugal. I like the Stuttgart manager Honeb. He will come to Man United and flop, just like everyone else. 4-4-2 is still my favorite. Me too, Bobby. Sorry, Bobby, but it's simplistic. Formations, tactics are overrated, in my opinion. I really do believe that. I believe formations and tactics are overrated, guys. Absolutely. Tyborg. The funny thing is, Sal, my son started mentioning buying lately. So I said to him, he's out of the testament if he chooses anyone. He's out of the wheel. Then United. So now he has to also a United and Eintracht Frankfurt fan. Look, why are you doing that to him, Tyborg? Let him support Bayern Munich, man. You know what I mean? He's going to win a lot of trophies. He's going to be a happy guy. You know what I mean? Yeah, look, you know what? Big up Frankfurt, by the way. Great city. Yeah, my wife lived in Frankfurt for 3 years. Absolutely. Regarding the formation, yes, it worked in Portugal, but it's not working in the Premier League. Is it the manager or the players' fault? It's Grayo. It's a mixture. I think it is the fact that it doesn't matter if we're 4-4-2, 4-3-3. Like I gave an example the other day, Grayo. I gave an example the other day in regards to it doesn't matter what the formation is, as long as the right players are in that formation. Do you get me? So basically, when we went to 98-99, the Champions League final, we had to play Giggs on the right, we had to play Beckham in the middle. Obviously, we know that Giggs is a left midfielder, Beckham is a right midfielder, because Roy Keane and Paul Scholes were suspended. We were playing a 4-4-2. And even though it's a 4-4-2 and there were great players in that lineup, we had to shoehorn players into positions that they don't usually play. So we ended up lopsided and not playing right, you know? That's an example for you, Grayo. So in regards to the formation, I don't think there's a problem with the formation. I don't. It worked with other teams in the Premier League. It works. The problem is we are shoehorning players into position. For example, as you said there, Grayo, Bruno Fernandes. We're shoehorning him into the formation when he shouldn't be shoehorned in. He should either play number 10 or not play anything at all, in my opinion. I think the formation works. I think tactics are overrated. It's up to the players, in my opinion. Because, Grayo, let's scroll back to Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag played a 4-3-3. We played 4-4-2 once under Erik ten Hag as well, you know, at the end of the day. But, you know, sometimes you just have to look at the players, mate. I would say that. It worked with Sporting Lisbon. It worked in the Champions League. I think it works, mate. I just think that, you know what, that we need to stop shoehorning players into position, in my opinion. Helge, like you said, mentioned yesterday on the stream, I miss 4-4-2 in football general. I do, because it's simplistic. Every single player knows what they have to do. The most important thing is put in the effort. Put in the effort. Do you know what I mean? Right midfielder on the right footer on the right, left footer on the left, two central midfielders, number 8, number 6. Very simple. Everyone knows their duty, right? As I said, formations, tactics are overrated. I don't believe that it's the problem anyway. But 3-4, 3-4-2-1, 4-2-3-1. The only reason I would change it, and let me tell you this is why I'm talking about formations, is that so we don't shoehorn players into positions. But what I would say is that if Ruben Amorim wants this to work, he has to play Kobe Mainoo. He has to remove Bruno from that number 8 position because he's not a number 8, and I would remove him, to be honest with you. 4-3-2-1, Sesko, number one must work, mate. Big up, my friend. I want Amorim to see it so bad here. Big up, RJ. Me too, mate. Me too. Let's see what happens. I saw Amorim using the 4-4-2 during the second transition against Bournemouth. Exactly. During preseason. Why didn't we use that a few days ago? We did. You didn't see it. We did. We used it a few times. This is the thing, guys. This is the thing that, you know what, people only look at what they want to look at. They only want to look at what fits the narrative. We've been transitioning all the time. The fact, though, the problem is, my friend Kenny, is that we don't have the players who have the intelligence. We have a player in the midfield who's positionally ill-disciplined and can't play that position. And he leaves our midfield isolated, which is why the likes of Fulham can be from one end of the pitch to the other end of the pitch in literally a few seconds, you know? Helge, the funny thing is the best teams in the world, if they defend 4-4-2, Barca, PSG, City, they defend with a 4-4-2, but we attack with it. Absolutely. Let's see what happens, guys. One thing is, if it works, we will be unique, won't we? No, seriously, Sal, when we're making a move on the men's, because he ain't going to be in for the Burnley now, mate. I'm gutted. He weren't going to be there anyway, even if he signed yesterday or the day before, Jamie. He weren't going to be there anyway. He needs to come to Man United. He needs to do a medical. The deal is set to be announced. It's anytime soon, guys. It could be anytime. Just keep your notifications on, guys. And I will as well, and we'll see. And I'll be live when we do go, of course. Give Amorim Belabor. I agree, RJ. RJ, if we sell Anthony and if we sell Rasmus, we can possibly afford him. And that's it. Ephraim, Sal, do you think we have to drop Bruno from this captaincy? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Palace 4-3-4-3 with Wharton in the pivot. Absolutely. It works, RJ. It works. You just need the right players to work in it. This is the thing. Palace are superb. You just need the right players to play in that formation. Absolutely. Frank J. So the hopes of a new CM have disappeared, or do you still think it could happen? It still can happen, Frank J. As well as much as there's a few days in the window, I still have belief, even though it is about 40-60 for me in regards to not having a midfielder. I still believe something might happen. I've been told there could be a surprise. So whatever that is, let's wait and see what happens. There could be a surprise in the works, guys. Will we make a cheeky bid for Belabor? Who knows, guys? Are we still Belabors? Or we're not Belabors anymore? We'll have to wait and see, guys. Absolutely. Nazreen, if United could choose only one new midfielder to bring in until the transfer window closed, is it a ball winner or progressive type? Ball winner for me, Nazreen, because I believe we got a good one in Mainu. It would be nice, Nazreen, though. It would be nice, however, having said that, if we can get a player like Baleba who can do both. Modern day, like a Roy Keane, who used to do both. He used to do the number 6. He used to do the number 8. That would be nice, of course. Ineos need to back the manager. Absolutely, RJ. If the window ended now, I don't think that's backed. And that's a fact. I don't think that's backed at the end of the day if the window ended now, guys. Sal, change to the set piece coach. I agree, Ephraim. We got a problem with that, of course. Great reply, but please, everyone, can you smash the like button? Let's go 13,000, guys. We want to get to 20,000 by Christmas, guys. If we get to 20,000 subscribers by Christmas, I have a Christmas present for each and one of you guys. Absolutely. I'm going to have a Christmas present for the subscribers. If we get to 20,000 by Christmas, though, it's going to be a surprise. Hopefully we get there. It's going to be difficult. No, we need to evolve from the basic formation. Bruno should be back up to Acuna and then Mbeumo. I would go for 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-2-1. But if the sticks with the 3-4-2, then let's back until the end. Daryl, do you know what? I love that comment, mate. I love that comment because that's exactly right. It's not we must play that and that is the end. I like that comment, mate. That's superb. That's superb because I feel the same, mate. I think I have my beliefs about football. Before Ruben Amorim came into the football club, I had loads of debates on here about the 3 at the back. I said it's not Man United. I remember England playing it under Glenn Hoddle. I was going on and on and on about it, how it's flawed, how it's this. But as soon as Ruben Amorim came in, I was like, okay, we got what we got. He likes that formation. Let's see what he can do with it. And I back it because at the end of the day, there's no point bringing in the manager with this distinctive style of play who you know what, and then having to change his style of play. Obviously, he don't want to look weak. But what I would say, however, in regards to be a little bit open and not so totally, that is it, and that is what I believe, and that's it. What I would say about it is that you need to change. Alex Ferguson changed his formation in Europe. Alex Ferguson used to play, obviously, a 4-4-2. He ended up playing a 4-5-1 because we were a little bit exposed in Europe sometimes. Sometimes a little bit of naivety crept in. So we end up playing a 4-5-1. And it doesn't matter. People are not going to look at you and say, no, look at you changing your formation. You're admitting you're wrong. People will look at you and say, you know what? Well done, mate. You know what I mean? You tactically changed it. It shows that you got more strings to your bow. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and more armory. And what I would say is that I still believe in it. The biggest problem I still don't believe is the formation, Daryl. I don't believe it is. I think it's the players that are playing in it. I think shoehorning players, I think that is causing us a little bit of an issue at the moment, Daryl. I think. And Bruno can't play it, in my opinion. Baleba, Mainu, Ugarte, Kone could be a breath of fresh air. Bigger RJ. Hopefully we see Kone sometime. Obviously, he got an injury, didn't he, in pre-season? Helge, if you imagine that we are not United supporters, look at the objectively. We actually have 2 top 5-7 talents at minute in the whole world, and we are not using him. It's mental when you think about it. It is held. And we're not using him because I'm going to be honest, guys, because Bruno's Portuguese. If Bruno's name was Paul Smith, right, he wouldn't be playing. It's as simple as that. And this happens in football. Unfortunately, this is the kind of things that happens in football, but it happens with every manager. So why our defenders do not cover for our midfield? Because they're not in, I do think they do. I think Euro does very well. Euro always brings out that ball. I think Aiden Heaven does. When Aiden Heaven plays, he always brings that ball forward. This is why we need Licha Martinez back. This is why we need the Butcher back. This is why we need Licha Martinez. It's underrated how important Licha Martinez is to this team. This guy is a different level. Did you see his performance last year against Liverpool at Anfield? He buried one in the corner, at the top corner. He's the sort of player we need, the character that we need. Those Cunha type of characters, do you know what I mean? Big up Ephraim, by the way. Bobby, big up Bobby Sauer. Who would you have as captain? Delict, mate. Delict at the moment. Guys, Delict, am I saying, friend? Ugarte ain't shit. He's class. I saw it. I agree with that, RJ. Thank you for saying that, my friend. Thank you for saying that. I agree with that, mate. It's like Gavi or Pedri being benched for Barca. It makes no sense. Mainu is so special. I would drop Bruno and make Delict captain or maybe even Cunha. We got into a period, Helge. The problem is that we got into, how would you say it? We got into a comfort zone in regards to Bruno. And this is dangerous in football because you guys, you know what? We can't remove Bruno because he's just such a main figurehead in that team. You know what I mean? You get to that thing where a player becomes irreplaceable. You know, you can't remove him from the team because you become a little bit complacent with a player in your team, and sometimes you have to move that player and just completely change it up to move on. Sometimes you have to change something to move on, and I think Bruno represents the past. I do, as well as other players do as well. I think they represent the past, and I think that Bruno needs to be removed for the team for the benefit or the detriment of the team, in my opinion. Absolutely, Helge. Big up, Helge. Rafiq, I agree with you. Bruno must be sold. We don't need him or need a captain that makes mistakes or no, can't afford to make mistakes at some of the young players. Rafiq, what I would say is what really disappointed me at the weekend. Bruno Fernandes actually let the referee get to him with a little barge. He actually hit that penalty because he was annoyed. He hit that penalty the wrong way, which he's never hit before. We all know how Bruno takes penalties, guys. Hop, skip, tap in the corner. You know, he always does that. So why did Bruno Fernandes, coincidentally, when he got a little nudge from the referee, blast it over the bar like Chris Waddle? Why did he do that? You know, because he took his own personal emotion out on the ball and he kicked it over the bar and he sacrificed his own teammates in doing it. I was very disappointed in him. What Bruno should have did is that if he got barged by the referee, if it affected him so much, what he should have done, carry on, concentrate, put the ball away in the back of the net, and then later on in the game, give the referee a barge and say, sorry, mate, it's an accident. I weren't looking. Do that, something like that, you know what I mean? But he got triggered by the referee. I remember a time when our captains used to trigger referees. We wouldn't get triggered. We used to trigger referees, not get triggered, you know what I mean? And him getting triggered by the referee, I feel like it just really made my feelings go like that. Because he's a captain of Manchester United. I'm talking about Brian Robson, Eric Cantona, Nemanja Vidic, these type of players, Steve Bruce. You know, I'm talking about these type of captains that are captain Man United, David Beckham. These are captains for me, you know, and none of them would have let a little nudge from a referee get to him. Whether you thought it was right, whether you thought it was wrong, he hit that penalty based on the fact that he didn't get an apology from the referee. And that's what really, really bugged me on that one. Big up, Rafiq. Big up, Danny B. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure, Kenny. Apparently, he's done poor this last 2 games. Maybe he's got Man United on his mind, Kenny. We hope so, of course. We hope so. Sir Alex, it was a different cut of a cloth, mate. He changed things better to fit the purpose of the game ahead. He was a different guy. I agree. I mean, I just feel like formations, Daryl, when you look at it, I feel like formations are overrated. And I believe Alex Ferguson said something similar to that when he was managing Man United. I think it's all to do with your implementation in regards to the effort on the pitch. We used to go play football in the park, right? We used to play football. I used to go to Hackney Marshes in East London and play football. And we all know how to play football, regardless of what formation we're playing in at the end of the day. You know, we know what we need to do. At the end of the day, in regards to that formation, the only difference with that formation is that you're playing 3 at the back. And, I don't think it's too much of a problem. I would play a 4, but I believe in Ruben Amorim, and I'm going to stick by it. But what I would say is that, Alex Ferguson was a different breed. Alex Ferguson read games. Alex Ferguson was an absolute genius. Alex Ferguson played Tom Cleverley in the midfield, you know, and he make him look like prime bloody Ronaldinho, you know. That's what it is. Big up, Daryl. It's good to see you, mate. Sesko dropping deep helps a lot. I agree with that, RJ. Big good comment. Do you think Ogume is a good midfielder that were near a Blaber start? Yes, Nazreen. Absolutely, Nazreen. Thank you for mentioning him, by the way. I remembered him. The one thing that Man United have had a problem with over the years is that we've never gone to the actual source for transfers. We've always gone to the middleman. So basically, what that means is that we will wait for Brighton. We will wait for another team in Europe to sign Lamine Camara or sign Lucien Ogume. We will wait for one of them to sign that player. Then in a couple of years, we were going, he's a good player, you know. Let's pay 80 million for that player. Now, Man United were interested in Ogume before he went to... Manchester United were interested in Baleba before he went to Brighton. When he was playing for Lille, Man United were interested in Baleba, you know, and we didn't make the move. You snooze, you lose. You snooze, you lose. That is what it is at the end of the day. And we missed out on Quenda, which would have been perfect for Man United. Now we can see in the Man United formation how much we need Quenda. And you know what I would say in regards to Lamine Camara and Ogume? Make the move. Make the move. Do it. There's also that other player from Bilbao, Yorgiza. That's how you pronounce it, Yorgiza. Or Yorgiza. Uruguay. He plays for, obviously, Athletic Bilbao, which Man United have been interested in as well. We've also got Javi Guerra, Man United have been interested in. Of course, Angelo Stiller is another one that is on the radar. Now, all the names that we mentioned over this last few months, obviously, Amadou Onana as well, plays for Aston Villa, be fantastic signing. I would like any one of them. Any one of them. I would love that. That would be brilliant. You know, as long as they fit into the system, I'm happy with that. Absolutely. Helgenio. Yes, Sal. Licha, so underrated for the team. Pep and Arteta both have been drooling over after him. Barca have wanted him since Ajax days. Same with PSG. Lissandre's so good. So good. He's so good, mate. And he complements the formation so well. And this is what I'm talking about, formations. This formation, let me tell you guys, you're going to laugh at me, right? But if we get the right players for this formation, playing in the right positions, if we get the right players, we are unbeatable, guys. Let me tell you that right now. We will not be defeated, guys. Let me tell you, if we get the right players for this formation, I've seen it, I've studied it. Ruben Amorim knows how to play it. Ruben Amorim, when he was manager of Sporting Lisbon, he had a centre-back, and it was a tall centre-back. I think it was Cortez. And it was a tall Harry Maguire type centre-back. He realised that centre-back wasn't fitting his system. So he removed that centre-back, and I think he bought a Diamande, a smaller defender. So that the team can bring the ball out further. He can bring the ball out from the back and stuff like that. And every position in that formation needs to be addressed. Every single man in that formation. Licha Martinez plays that formation perfectly because he can get that ball, bring it forward. Remember the game against Liverpool last year? Remember that game? What he did against Liverpool? Scandalous, shameless. We should have won that game. Should have won that game. Outplayed Liverpool. Right? And that is what Licha does, because Licha always gives the opposition a bit of element of doubt in their mind that he's going to be doing an overlapping run, he's going to come out of nowhere and stuff like that. And that is what he does. I don't see that with other players, apart from Lenny Yoro. I'm a big fan of Lenny Yoro, right? By the way, I think Lenny Yoro is the best young defender in the world. I'm sorry, guys. I know people are going to say, Sal, you're gassing you over. I think he is. I really do. I think he's one of the best defenders in the world. Yeah, at his age, probably the best. Big up, Kelge, as usual, my guy. Nicky T, how you doing, my friend? Past that shown that Ugarte played, we won games. Last games, we he not play. Nicky T, I think that Ugarte gets a wrong end of the stick. I think that Ugarte gets unnecessary criticism. There is a popular thing to do now. I remember Ugarte posting a picture of his wife on Twitter, and we had so-called Man United fans saying abuse to Ugarte. Now, I know Ugarte, and I know Luis Enrique got rid of him. I understand that. But so Luis Enrique got rid of Donnarumma. Donnarumma is the best goalkeeper in the world, and Donnarumma won him a Champions League. And you're going to see this season that he's going to miss Donnarumma. Just because Luis Enrique got rid of Ugarte doesn't mean that everything that Luis Enrique touches turns to gold. It doesn't. You know, at the end of the day, when Ugarte was the player for PSG, Ugarte had one of the best ball recovery records in Europe, if not the world. Right? We fought tooth and nail to get Ugarte because Ugarte is a good player. He needs to play with a player that complements his staff, i.e. Mainu. And if we play Mainu with him, you watch Ugarte thrive. And as you said there, Nicky T, we won games with him, you know, at the end of the day. When is the match? Big up Fun Show tomorrow, mate. Tomorrow. UK time. It is on at 8 o'clock UK time. 11 p.m. for me as well, guys. So cut me some slack, guys. Absolutely. Big up Fun Show. Good to see you. Sal, the problem about Bruno, some fans make him like unreplaceable. That is the problem for him. Absolutely. No player, especially, guys, a player that captained Manchester United team to 15th place. Right? No player should be irreplaceable. If there's a problem with the ship and the ship keeps sinking and it's the same captain every single time, you're going to blame the captain, right? The captain was part of the sinking ship. The captain is the one that gave away the ball against Tottenham in the Europa League final. It cost us a Champions League place. The captain is the one who gave away the ball, which led to a corner against Arsenal. The captain is the one who gave away the ball, which led to a mistake from Dalot, which led to the goal for Fulham. All right? So this is the thing. All right? So, look, you know, at the end of the day, that's 3 games in a row now. How long are we going to take to say, look, I saw a different Ruben Amorim at the weekend. I don't know about you guys, but I saw a different Ruben Amorim at the weekend. I think Bruno made a pass and it went into touch. It went all the way into touch. And then you saw Ruben Amorim, he went like this. And he shook his head. What does that mean? That means he's fed up. That means he knows now. You can see he knows. He should know, but he knows now. Ruben Amorim needs to make a decision, guys. He needs to make a decision. Ineos need to make a decision. Ruben Amorim needs to make a decision. And they need to make a big decision here. Even if it's unpopular. We've lost the likes of Beckham, Jaap Stam, Paul Ince, Andre Chelskis, Steve Bruce, Mark Hughes in the past, guys. All in the space of a year, right? And we still thrive. Sometimes you have to take players. I guarantee you guys, Paul Ince stats were better than Nicky Butt. I guarantee you guys, Mark Hughes had better stats than bloody, Andy Cole and things like that. You know, at the end of the day, you know, what I would say in regards to, I'm using it as an example, just because your stat padding doesn't mean you're good for the system and the team. You know, I would say. Helge, our backline, Licha Delict and Euro is so much better than people believe. It's one of the best in the world, Helge. One of the best in the world. And I love you for you are one of the ones who understand it, especially now with a ungenerational. Much love to you, brother. Absolutely. Helge. Guys, I would not swap Licha Delict for Euro for anyone. Not for anyone. I think that's a fabulous back three. I think that is a fabulous back three. And eventually it will be like, you know what, we'll get Aiden Heaven in there. And slowly but surely, Aiden Heaven will start to drift out of Delict. And we got Aiden Heaven as well. We're okay defensively, in my opinion. We're all right. I know we've lost Evans and we lost Lindelof. Lindelof is going to Fiorentina, by the way, guys. Anyway, good luck to him. Best of luck to Lindelof, of course. But what I would say is that, yeah, look, I like our defense. I think our defense is good. It's not all doom and gloom, is it? I understand you want lose point for a silly thing like that. So what's more important, what the ref did or scoring a goal for United than the most? Exactly, Rafik. Exactly. You sacrifice your teammates for your own personal agenda against the referee. And that is not the right mentality to have. If you were not in the right frame of mind to take that penalty, give the ball to Mbeumo, give the ball to Cunha, and I'm sure they would have pulled it into the back of the net. You know what I mean? If you didn't feel right, you would have said, "Hey, Mbeumo or Cunha, I can't take this penalty. The referee has annoyed me. I don't want to risk it." You know what I mean? That's what should have happened. Absolutely. Held, very good baseline for the future, and Heaven and Mazra as backup. That's perfect. Absolutely. Just change Maguire for a young, talented centre-back to back up Delict. And we are good to go. I'm very excited about Kolungi. I'm very excited about Fredrickson. Let's not forget about those two defenders as well. Very talented. Absolutely. Mantata, another one. I'm very excited. I almost put him into this lineup, but I'm not sure that he will that Ruben Amorim would take that risk. I'm not sure it will happen. Absolutely, guys. Nicky T, what do you think of the midfielder Conor Gallagher? Nicky T, average. As an England fan, I'm English, so I watch England a lot. He's a bit like no frills midfielder. That's it. Nothing special. There's better out there. Wharton's better, for example. You know, he's better. There's more strings to his bow. Conor Gallagher, don't get me wrong, he's not a bad player. But I think that Wharton and Baleba are 10 times better, in my opinion. I mean, I wouldn't mind someone like Conor Gallagher if it's the only choice that we had a Conor Gallagher in the team, rather than, you know what I mean? If we didn't sign anyone, but we signed Conor Gallagher, I'm happy. That'd be great. But he's done all right for Atletico Madrid. But you have to ask yourself the question, right? Why do Atletico Madrid want to loan him out? Why do they want to get rid of him? And we have to understand that and ask ourselves the legitimate question. You know, why do they want to get rid of him? You know, and that's one thing that concerns me, of course. Ephraim, Sal, you're his class. He can't work for any managers and system. Exceptional talent he is. He's amazing. And that's what I'm talking about, Ephraim. Great players play in any system. Any system. Great players do that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sal, is Mbeumo fully fit? No, I don't think he's 100% fit at the moment. Obviously, he came... Look, guys, we have to give Mbeumo the benefit of the doubt. He came in very late. He hardly had a preseason. Didn't have any preseason apart from the Fiorentina game, I think. So basically, what we need to do is we need to give Mbeumo a bit of time. I would play him tomorrow against Grimsby. I will play him tomorrow because I believe that it will give him good fitness for the game against Burnley on Saturday. And I hope that we start seeing the Sesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo trio. I hope we start seeing that now. I hope. Man United tax is a joke. Yeah, for and against. Absolutely. Buy a midfielder, man times are ticking. 7 days left to... not 7 days, mate. We got until Sunday, bruv. A lot less than that. 6 days, I think, at the very most. 5-6 days. Are they going to sack Amorim? No, Rafik. No. I just hope Licha is damaged permanently from these 2 injuries. He's kept out for this some time, brother. Daryl, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. I think the problem with Licha Martinez, right, and it's not a problem like that, but he puts his body on the line, doesn't he? He puts his body on the line, and the saving grace is that it's not always like an injury like a hamstring or stuff like that. I think the last one was pretty innocuous. I mean, I remember it, and he twisted a little bit. But the problem with Licha Martinez, his passion gets the better of him sometimes, and he goes in for challenges that other defenders wouldn't go in. That's why I love him. That's why I love Licha Martinez, because he goes in for those challenges that other players won't do. Do you know what I mean? And I rate him for that. And it does cause him injuries sometimes, and this is the problem. And you can't change his game. So luckily, look, again, we're a little bit unlucky because Aidan Heaven's having similar problems. He had a problem against Fiorentina, of course, had that little knock. This is why he hasn't played. But the left side of centre-back is a bit of a problem for Man United. It has been recently, of course. And yeah, I would play Licha Martinez, but we always should be prepared for what happens with Licha Martinez if he's going to be out and stuff like that, of course. Big up, Daryl. I love your undefeated chant, Ron. I so agree with you. When we get this right, we will be so solid. Eurodelict and Licha are born for it. Cunha and Buma and Sesko as well. I'm telling you right now, Helge, patience is a virtue. Let me tell you, I urge you guys, be patient with Ruben Amram. Be patient with Ruben Amram. Ruben Amram will get it right. Ruben Amram will be that guy. He's not stupid, guys. Look at him. He's not stupid, right? He will get it right. Yes, he makes some errors. Yes, right? You know what? He's favorites sometimes. But rest assured, guys, when we get his team in there, when we get more transfers, you're going to see Ruben Amram. You're going to see Ruben Amram. Ruben Amram came in January, guys. When he came in January, he didn't want to come in January. He wanted to come in the summer, number one, right? And when he came in January, we all agreed that we have to give him time, didn't we? We all agreed, right? He inherited toxic nature at this football club. Players that were ill-disciplined, right? Players that resort to Twitter and social media and TV channels to get their message across. He inherited that. He's already had the Sancho situation, the Garnacho situation, the Anthony situation, the Rashford situation. He's already dealt with that. Now he's dealing with other situations as well. You know, and this is the thing. He's trying to fix the culture at the football club. If you've got a derelict building, right, and it's a massive building, a beautiful building, but it's derelict and it's a mess. What's the first thing you do in that derelict building? What is the first thing you do in that derelict building? You clean the mess, right? You clean the mess. And once you clean the mess in that derelict building, what do you do after that? You start decorating, right? You start building, you start decorating. That's what you do. It's the same with football. That's the same with football. You've got to clear the derelict, the junk, the dirt to get to paint the walls. You can't paint over dust. You can't suddenly put, laminated flooring or, a carpet on something underneath which is dirty. You have to clean it first. Absolutely. Jamie, good fans' grief for that personal attacks on a player is uncalled for, totally out of order. It's mad, mate. It's mad, absolutely. People don't understand how good Amram's team was with Adelict and Elif is better than what we had. Sporting, when we have every right player, we will be good, and that's why I believe, Helge, only one thing is Bruno. That's it. One thing. Bruno and Dalot. Sorry, two things. Bruno and Dalot should not be guaranteed starts in that team unless they're playing in their correct positions. I don't mind you keeping Dalot as a squad player. But man, oh man, he's not a good player, is he? At right back. He makes too many mistakes. And every time Dalot comes on a pitch, we look like we're going to concede a goal. Every time a team attacks that side with Dalot, and a big part of it was the goal was him, by the way. Those positions, if we fix those positions, I think we'll be in a very, very good place, guys. Absolutely. Guys, I want to thank everyone for joining the channel. I really appreciate every single one of you guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and please don't forget to smash a like, guys. I've had a few people in today, about 60 altogether. Guys, so don't forget to smash likes. Let's get up to 50 likes at least, guys. Don't forget to do that for me. That'd be great. Please don't forget to put your notifications on as well in case I do go live. Guys, I've got Ben Jacobs coming back on the show very, very soon as well. Guys, so watch out for that. Keep your notifications on. Guys, he's a friend of the channel, been on twice. So I'm going to have him back. Also, guys, please don't forget I'm back tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. Early in the morning, Breaking Dawn in. And I'm back for the watch-alongs as well, guys. So don't forget to join me for that. Really appreciate you guys if you can join me for the watch-alongs. We have a laugh. We have a good conversation. People on this stream will know how fun of conversations we are, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining the stream. Those who are new, thank you very much. Wafiq, thank you for joining. Welcome to Stretford Post. Don't forget to subscribe, my friends. Have a great day, great evening, great night, wherever you are in the world. I'm Sal Warner, and this is Chatterbox, of course, guys, and the match preview, guys. Have a great day, great night, great evening, wherever you are in the world. Take it easy. Peace.